So this is video 4 on why you should be religious, and I'm going to add on to the objective morality that I was talking about before. And I'm going to argue against one of the common reasons why people believe in subjective reality. Well, we live in a society where there's a lot of cultures coming together, and we find out that we sense different things about about morals and what's right and wrong. And if we're all sensing different things, then maybe moralities are feelings, and maybe it is subjective, and no one's really right or wrong. How can we? I mean, we're all trying to be good people. Why would something be good for one person, not the other? Therefore, isn't morality necessarily have to be subjective? Well, just to recap, subjective means right and wrong is based on how you feel about something, and objective means that right and wrong is independent about what you feel. And I think the problem is people equate relativism with subjectivism, where the only way something can be relative is if it's also subjective. Well, I'm going to show that something can be relative and objective in order to explain why people sense different things about reality. Now, I'm going to use this term, I'm going to show my point, I'm going to use the word taller. Taller is a completely objective term. Something is taller than another thing, independent about whether or not I feel it's taller. I mean, taller is objective. It either is taller or it's not. So, what is taller? What's interesting about the word taller is that it only makes sense when you use it in a relative manner. In the sense that I can't just say this cup is taller. I have to say it's taller than something else, mainly this pen. So, the word taller only makes sense when you say this cup is taller than this pen. And it's completely objective term, the word taller, but it's also relative to these two items. If I say this cup is taller than my arm, then I'd be wrong, because before it was taller than the pen, so it's taller, but now it's not taller because I'm referring it to my arm, and my arm's taller now. So, morality can kind of be explained in the same way. It could still be objective and still relative. Now, what are things relative to? Well, I think there's these objective ideals, and these ideals we take into account when we're making decisions about what's right and wrong for our lives, and based on our culture, based on our surroundings, based on our relationships, based on our worldview, we're going to come to different conclusions about what's right and wrong. But the idea is that it's still objective. We're still thinking critically about it. We're still trying to decide what's right for us. Something to be right for one person and right for another, still be objective, but still be relative. I can say this pen is taller. Well, in different situations it might be taller. In different situations it might not be taller, but it's still objectively taller when it is, and objectively not taller when it's not, based on the situation. And so it could be objective, and it can also be relative. Now, that still holds the case before. I mean, an objective morality can only make sense with an all-good God, so therefore it still makes sense. And I hope that this allows. Oh, let me give you an example about this. Lying is more or less wrong. I mean, it's a feeling that we get about a sense about what something's wrong. But I could show you different situations where different people might come to the conclusion about whether or not they should or shouldn't lie. So in each particular instance, it's very personal. It's very personal to a specific situation, and we might come to different conclusions. So lying can be relatively right or wrong depending on the circumstance, but it's objectively right or wrong given that situation. So I hope that helps you if you believe morals are subjective because people disagree of different cultures, and therefore don't believe in God because you believe morals are subjective. Well, I hope this idea of objective relativity of morals helps you out to expand your mind on what you might think morals are, and therefore maybe conclude maybe there's a God. Give us this objective sense of morality. Another pitfall could be that people say, well, if morals are relative, then can't anything be right or wrong? Well, certain things I think can never be right or wrong, like genocide. It doesn't matter which situation you put them in, and genocide's going to be wrong. Say if I give the tallest building in the world, that's always going to be taller than any other building that we have, because relative to anything, it's taller. So there are certain universal, morally right and wrong things which most cultures agree upon, like murder and rape and these different things, and that makes sense because they're like the tallest building in the world, and it doesn't matter where you put them, it's going to be wrong. But yeah, I hope that further explains what objective morals can be and how it can be modified or better understood to account for the differences in morals across different cultures.